Hey, it's pasta week, and as promised, here's another simple recipe for you to enjoy. This recipe is beautiful because it's full of veggies. It has nice homemade chicken sausage, a quick 5-minute marinara sauce, and it's baked in the oven until the cheese is nice and molten. There's so much for all my Canadian viewers to check out. I'll link that down below, and let's get to the video. So let's first preheat the oven on 350 and then let's start preparing the actual sausage first. Now I'll be roasting some peppers and then chopping them up to make our actual chicken or turkey sausage. You can use whatever mince you want to use for this sausage. So today I'm using some red and orange peppers, a poblano pepper, and a Hungarian pepper. They all have different kinds of flavors, with the red and yellow one being kind of sweet, the poblano having a bit more of spiciness, and the Hungarian one is a bit spicy with a bit of zest that I taste as well, which adds a nice combo of flavor into that mince. Now to roast it, you can do two things. You can either just put your oven rack on the topmost setting, put the veggies on a wire rack, and then roast it on the broiler. But what's even quicker, I feel, is if you have an electric stove or even a gas stove, then you could just put your wire rack over your actual burner and then roast it directly on that flame or heat. The aromas from roasting is always so amazing, and you want to just lightly roast it until you get a bit of color and a bit of that char, that smokiness into those peppers. And here they are. Now all you want to do is chop them up into a fine dice. Now let's start putting together the sausage. So put all of your diced peppers into a bowl, and then let's roughly chop up some kale as well. If you don't want to use kale today, you can use spinach as well and just roughly chop it up. Those greens will really help keep the meat nice and moist. Then add in your ground chicken or ground turkey or whatever the mince you're using today, followed by an egg, some garlic, salt, smoked paprika, or you can use paprika if you don't have smoked paprika today, some onion powder, and some black pepper. Now because I used fresh chopped garlic, I didn't use garlic powder, but if you want, you can use garlic and onion powder without the fresh garlic. And now just mix this up really well until it's all combined, and this mix is actually so versatile that you can easily make some killer burgers with the same mix, but we'll get to that video later. Now let me talk to you about the 5-minute marinara sauce. It is amazingly simple. All you have to do is get some really good quality diced tomatoes, Italian diced tomatoes, the best ones you can find. If your can tells you what kind of tomatoes they are that are in the can, then that means it's good. If it just says tomatoes, stay away from that. So get the best Italian tomatoes and put it all in a large bowl, followed by some olive oil, some chopped Calabrian peppers to your tastes, some salt, some oregano, and tomato paste. And then mix that all really well. And that is it. Because the tomatoes were canned, the canning process actually cooks the tomatoes. So don't worry about, oh, I'm having raw tomatoes today. You're not. It's cooked in the can, and then it's going to be baked in the oven, so you're all good. Okay, so we have our sausage, we have our sauce. Now let's prepare the actual pasta. So get your water to a boil, and while that happens, let's start cooking our actual sausage. So heat some olive oil in a pan and then add in all of your mince. Then you want to continually break down the sausage, make sure there are no large chunks, and then continue cooking this until you don't see any pink in the mince. Cook this over medium heat so you can get a bit of brown color at the same time. Once your water has come up to a boil, add in your rigatoni, make sure you salt your water, and then just let that pasta cook. Now by the time your chicken is cooked, your pasta should be cooked as well, so make sure you have it drained and just lying on your side. And then as soon as that sausage is nice and cooked, then add in your quick 5-minute marinara sauce. Let that come up to a simmer, let that start bubbling, and then you can just transfer all of your pasta into a large casserole, enough to fit it comfortably. Then just pour all of that beautiful sauce right over it, and then just mix it up so that the sauce and the pasta are completely well combined. Now I'll top it up. This is the best part. Top it up with your provolone cheese and then finally rain it with some mozzarella. I have a lid for my casserole, but if you don't have one, just put some foil on top and then just bake this on the middle rack for 10 to 15 minutes or as long as it takes to get the cheese nice and molten. Some people like their cheese to be lightly brown, and if you're one of those people, halfway down the cooking time, just remove the cover or the foil and then turn on the broiler to get that nice browning that you're desiring. Now just to make this even more special, while that is in the oven, I'm going to cook up some bacon and then we'll chop it up and put that crispy stuff right on top. Now you might notice that they're rolled up, and that's because I freeze them like that. The moment I open the pack, I roll them up, I use what I need, and that way when I cook with them later on, they're nice and pink still. I don't like when the bacon turns weird and brown after being open in the pack and getting oxidized for like 3-4 days in the fridge. So I don't need to tell you what to do to make bacon. Just make sure you start with a cold pan, put the bacon on top and then turn on the heat. The bacon will be perfect every single time. Now let's just enjoy looking at this bacon cook, shall we? Alright, I hope you had some fun with that. So our bacon is ready, our casserole is ready. So let's open this lid and reveal what's waiting inside. And that's what I'm talking about. A really simple dish to put together, fully vegified, fully cheesy, and super easy. Now just top it with your chopped bacon and some basil, and it's going to be a perfect dinner for you. Now I'm going to go enjoy a nice healthy spoonful of this pasta, and I hope you do the same as well. For more pasta recipes just like this one, be sure to hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, and check out the links over here for more pasta.